Hello everybody, this is John from CoffeeAddicts, and with the release of patch 2.0 for Diablo 3, we've been playing quite a bit more. I wanted to show you a couple of whirlwind specs today for the Barbarian. The first spec that I'll show you is the one that I've been playing when I group up with my friends and I just kind of want to act as the tank to keep the mobs occupied while they pretty much do most of the damage. We'll take a look at my character. There's nothing too much special. I do about 100k DPS. My toughness is 1200 without any buffs on. My damage is a little higher and so is my toughness when I put my buffs on. Not really using anything too special for gear, just the best stuff that I found along the way. Let's see, for details, running looks like 1100 life per hit, and then my regen is about 2300 recovered per second. That makes me pretty durable. Oh, my resists looks like about 60 to 69% for most of them. I am running a shield. I like to be a little more durable. I could do more damage if I ran with two one-handers, but it's just easier to stay alive with the shield. So for actual skills that I'm using, my primary skill is Reaping Swing with Cleave. I'm using Whirlwind with Blunderfunnel. Kind of really helps me stay alive. And then tactics, I'm using Threatening Shout with Demoralize. That's the one that taunts enemies within 25 yards and then keeps them on me for 4 seconds. I suppose if you were pretty serious about this build, you could get some cooldown reduction and try and keep it so you could have Threatening Shout up for a larger percentage of the time. I'm also using Call of the Ancients. I kind of find it's nice. I can drop them. They do a little more damage. Plus they also do some taunting as well in between to keep all the mobs off my friends. So Battle Rage, I'm using, let's see, the one that drops the extra, where's it? Critical hits have an 8% chance to cause enemies to drop additional health globes. Swords to Plowshares. Warcry, I'm using Invigorate, increases maximum life by 10% and regen by 1651 per second while affected by Warcry. Really helps me stay alive. Gives me more time to get out of the poison, out of the laser beams and any of those nasty affixes they throw down. Especially since I have no jump or sprint to get away. I'm using, for passive skills, Superstition, reduces all non-physical damage by 20%. When you take damage from a ranged or elemental attack, I have a chance to gain 2 Fury. I usually have tons of Fury while I'm playing this. I don't usually have to use my Cleave quite so often until the mobs kind of thin out. And then towards the end of the fight I have to start hitting with Cleave. Animosity increases all Fury generation by 10%. Increases my maximum Fury. And I'm using Unforgiving so that I pretty much start all the battles with at least some Fury, or if not all. And this spec works pretty well with a group, and it's pretty fun. I'm able to effectively keep the mobs off. You know, they run around willy-nilly a lot of the times, but you can use your Threatening Shout to help gather them up. It kind of makes everybody else in the group more effective. Now this spec doesn't work very well at all. When you're soloing, you can do a lot more damage. If you wanted to keep it very whirlwind focused, you can change up some of these skills, and I'll change them now. Cleave I leave the same with Reaping Swing. Whirlwind I usually change to Wind Shear, so I can really keep full of focus because I just whirlwind 90% of the time. I change Threatening Shout to Rend. Where is it? Here it is. And then I usually use the one here. You can change these up and see how they work for you, but I've been using Ravage. It's just much easier to get rend on larger groups of mobs. So Call of the Ancients. When I'm souling, I usually don't use that one. Not with this spec anyway. I use Sprint. And I use Run Like the Wind, the one that leaves the tornadoes in your wake. If you've got those firewalking boots, that'll really make this build a lot more special. But I don't have them. Battle Rage. I usually switch that one from swords to plowshares to Into the Fray to really boost my critical hit chance. And then these three, I leave the same as before. The same with Warcry. That one stays the same. So let's run into the keep and see.
Asmodan's demons, if the holes are not...
Then I will seal the breaches with...
I was able to use this particular spec in Torment 1 when I had about 50k DPS. Once I got to about 75k DPS, I was able to do Torment 2. Once you get over 100k DPS, I've been able to run Torment 3. You'll still run into some affixes that are kind of tough to kill, but... Probably. Well, actually, I know there is more efficient builds than this, but it's pretty fun. It's real simple to play, so you don't want to have to think about much. Mostly running around, whirlwinding, and rending everything in sight. And then using your sprint to keep the tornadoes up as well for some additional damage. Trying to find an elite pack. Of course, I found one of the worst ones for this.
Not ready yet.
Just letting our buffs fall off. I'll run in here and grab some additional mobs. Nope, keep my life full. These particular mobs, the fact that their range are definitely a pain. They just won't proof up. So it's definitely a problem with this spec.
recharging. Not ready yet.
You can see when there's a bunch of mobs, you can keep your fury up almost indefinitely. I try and make those ranged guys come to me if possible. I've got a piece of gear that boosts my speed when I break an item, which helps. Oh, it fires your Paragon
Throwing power.
points. Speaking of Paragon,
Still recharging.
you could make a pretty darn good case that instead of strength, you might want to really buff your movement speed with this spec, rather than strength, so you can really stay with the mobs.
More fury. I need fury.
That's pretty much how this spec works in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll log on later and put up a different build. And, thanks for watching. Thanks.